Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3
1 2 3 1 2 3.
Hey. In regards to those things, I'm noticing me having judgments come up.
Oh boy.
From time to time around those, like, as in, why do you need to do that much, for example? Well, it's in my occurring that much, because obviously I hardly do it, so that's why it occurs like that much. But then I think to myself, I remember having a thought of like, but you know, when you're that age, because I also got to remember she's younger as well. I've got to kind of bear that in mind.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, when you were that age, Ash, when you were that age, even though you may not have been doing it to that degree, because that's just in general, there are lots of people who are that age who would be much more excessively compared to how it occurs to me that she is, for example. So it made me just go, oh, well, obviously she's just kind of being young in that sense. So I remember that kind of coming, and obviously, so, you know, and so
and you don't want to share this on the show?
Well, I've started recording now anyway.
Okay, cool.
So it's fine. It's only because of my I don't want it to occur as like a what's that thing? Like negative press. Not that obviously, but of something of that nature. That's the only reason why.
Boy.
But I mean,
just remember what you said there, and it's very easy for us to do this, by the way, because I do it in my life as well. But remember that you said that you don't want to, and then you mention the thing that you don't want. And I know it's easy to do, man. Like, I get it. Like, you're not going to sit there focusing on that, like, but it does impact sometimes. So yeah, I get that thing's there. It's all good. You can acknowledge it, but the not wanting to have that certain thing feel like such and such, or giving it some sort of power, even by even saying that you don't want, and then saying where it is. Just be careful, because obviously, like I said, I do it in my life as well. Like, it's not a thing that, yeah, man, like, you know, just stop doing that, Ash. Like, but because I know obviously if humanity is hard to not say that they don't, like Silvia would say, like, oh, I don't want this pain anymore. It's like, man, stop saying you don't want the pain, because the universe doesn't understand that. Like, not pain. Oh, you want pain? Okay, more pain. Like, I know it's drastic, I swear, baby.
No, I hear you.
I've got the middle finger. Just so you know.
Oh, from sure.
No, but I'm just trying to say, yeah, like.
But yeah, it's just something I've noticed. It's something I've just noticed a little bit. In relation to. Well, look, I suppose it's just. It's not, and look, I get my mind as well. We'll just try and maybe pick things out as well to be like, this is why this should go wrong. This is why. Blah 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 blah. But it's just something I just wanted to share with you. Just you personally, basically.
I'm glad you're sharing it, man. Because these ones you don't keep to yourself, man. You can't keep these ones to yourself.
Yeah. So there's these other things, obviously, that I've shared already. That I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is showing up. And then there's these other, then there's just that, which, as I said, it's not even necessarily excessive. It's just because it's so rare for me.
Yeah, you're looking at it from your perspective, so how you see it.
Yeah. And again, as I said, like age-wise as well, that is something to bear in mind and take into account. Like, so. No. Yeah, just to get as well about the age thing. The age thing may not even be a factor as well, because there's people that do it at all levels and all ages. Yeah, exactly.
Whether they're supposed to or not.
That's true. Yeah.
So Yeah.
But I mean, as in like me being, I suppose that's me trying to be more compassionate about it now, at least anyway, because of the age, her age.
Yeah.
In that sense. You know, but I think where my judgment comes in is just whatever maybe meaning I'm trying to make. Like I try to make up around that. Where I don't need to obviously make up any meaning about, but like as in like. Yeah, I don't. Like, it's just.
No,
it's just stuff.
I guess there's a thing. No, I guess there's things that you're used to.
Yeah.
And there's things that you're not so used to, and it's gonna show up in the way that it's showing up to for you because it's something you don't see so much.
Yeah. And,
so
and she left today.
Oh, okay.
And I saw her I went to her last Sunday. Till Tuesday, and then she came to me Tuesday night after work.
Them ones and ting blood.
And last night we went out and one of her friends came as well. The good friend that I met her with, when I originally met her, who she was out with. And first thing she said to me when I saying hi to her, she's like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "Well, you got my girl on, yeah? What's going on, yeah?"
Oh shit! I know what that means, boy.
Yeah, because she went and met up with her in a day and like had a bit of a girl day and like got their nails done and eyebrows before, all that sort of stuff before I met them in the evening. So obviously she had lots of time to share with her whatever she shared with her. So yeah, you know, the only what's there at the moment is you know, obviously the question, like what I was saying about, it partly wasn't a plan. It's a pleasant, unexpected but pleasant surprise. Blah blah. I'm like, okay, look, like that conversation has to finish now. In the sense of, yeah, it's fine that that's the case, but also now what? Versus continually saying that same story, that same loop, and then you know. I remember I kind of brainstormed about like how do I want to, like about the what now what, like what's authentic for me in terms of being single, and what does that look like for me right now while being single. I'm gonna maybe stay single till I go to Napa at least, then when I come back after Napa be more open to something more, as in like more exclusively. I mean, about the more is happening already, which is actually, you know, on both sides. We've both been sharing about how it's a bit strange for us and how it's unfolding. I can see she's obviously, to my occurrence, she's surrendering much more, I think, and letting go at a faster rate than I am, even though she's still got maybe her things coming up. Like her, like just wanting to guard herself.
This is not generalization, but it's it's not a generalization. This is how it goes, blood. If she knows, she knows, boy.
And
look,
you know,
if you know, you know, you know, but there's just still for her. It's like nah, that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that when you say I know, and then there's the is, do I want to choose, like, is it authentic for me right now to no longer be single? Because that's really what I want to be clear on, because I don't want to.
And just remembering that.
Sorry, whoopsie.
No, because the thing is, look, single has many meanings for when you're single. One person can say they're single and it means completely different to what your concept of it is.
Yeah.
So even though you're saying single, you want to be single, it's like you don't even have to box it like that. You could just say, do I want to spend more time with this girl? Yeah or nay? Yeah, I do. Bang, that's it.
Yeah, but the reason
and that's what it could be. But I get okay, maybe classifying it makes it a bit more okay, so now I've got my limits. But you can have your limits anyway. Like you set them all the time, no matter how you state it. You're gonna set the limits. So you're gonna say, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna chill this girl for, and just be more exclusive with just her. Like I don't want to look at my other options. I don't think you want to look at other options anyway. Even if you decided that, yeah, do you know what, I want to continue being single, if that's what you want to say. I don't think you have it that yet. Do you know what? Now I think I'm gonna set up a date for next week. Someone else. Yeah, I think I just want to mix it about a bit. Like I don't think you're feeling it like that.
It's not like that.
I think it's just more. You just don't want to feel guilt.
Yeah, I don't want to break. I wouldn't want to break.
Breaking a. You don't want. You want an agreement. Yeah, you want. Yeah. Exactly. I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. So there's that part of me that's like, should I just keep following that process that I had, just for a little bit longer, and whatever shows up, but just follow that process. And then what you just said there, yeah, because like,
so this is it.
And then also as well, like the whole Napa thing. One of the things that crossed my mind was, now everyone has their different idea of it, right? But like in my current, if I was exclusive with a girl, relationship wise, I wouldn't really dance with girls anymore, in the way that I usually dance with girls.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like there might be like a, you know, oh hey, you know, spin round kind of thing, that's whatever. But I mean, in terms of like whining and grinding, the way I do, I wouldn't technically do that anymore if I was in a relationship, because of the kind of just how it occurs to me, that kind of energy and whatnot. It would just occur to me that it just occurs to me that's not something for me to do.
No,
basically.
okay.
Like just preferably. So it goes from that to the whole, obviously sleeping with someone, right? In my mind right now, where there's that, there would not be that, if you, as you said, guilt, really, within reason, if any of that was to happen right now. The conversation did come up actually about like, because she was saying about how she hasn't slept with anyone since me, and
another test
about also
smell the test. Fucking hell.
Yeah, she doesn't see
that smells fucking sweet.
She doesn't see any interest in meeting anyone else right now, and blah blah. And she asked me as well if I had.
Of course, man, no brainer. No brainer, of course you did.
Yeah, okay,
no doubt.
And so obviously I was honest, and I shared with her, and I said, yeah, one girl, which is funny because I hadn't, you know, I messaged you after, like saying like what I'd realised since seeing her, like what, in terms of what I had done with any other girls. Some of that I kind of forgotten. So obviously I didn't really remembered that then, and then funnily enough, she asked me when I then next saw her. So I said to her, I shared and said, yeah, that was really early when we first met, and that was with surprise Italiano.
She's on.
But yeah, that was it really. It's not like I think there's this. See, this is the thing, right?
I know the name of this episode. I know the name of this episode then.
Is it? What?
The name of this episode is "What's the Agreement?"
That could be, yeah. So I noticed that she's kind of like me in a sense of how, like, she's not saying like, she's sharing with me what her preferences are, right? Directly, but like in different ways, right? But she's also not telling me like, but she's also giving me, when I say giving me freedom, not that she can take my freedom away, but she shares in a way where she doesn't want me to feel limited. You know, like basically, man. You know, like you do you, basically, that kind of thing. Like, yeah. Which
because she prefers it being a chosen. She prefers it being a chosen situation.
Yeah, I hear that.
And so do you guys.
Of course, yeah, exactly. Like I'm noticing like how certain ways I might operate. is making me want to kind of challenge or test that. In some cases where it feels good, and in one or two moments where I'm noticing, that's not, don't do that, Ash. As in, like, that's a real proper protection mechanism coming up. But I feel like I'm talking lots of riddles. Let me say, like, just
damn.
Like, I really like her, and she's starting to leave a mark on me more and more. My heart is opening more and more for her, and the two things that I can see I'm using mentally to guard myself that's coming up is, one, just the making a authentic decision of what is clear for me right now in terms of what I want in my dating life. And then secondly, in regards to if I was to, the whole just being in a relationship thing, I was gonna say scares me. That's not what it is. The being in a relationship doesn't scare me. The committing to being in a relationship is not what scares me. The it maybe not working out thing, that's not the thing that scares me. It's the giving my all again. I haven't said again, that's like coming from the past. It's the giving my all, and there being some kind of, in my occurring, betrayal, or
it's once again that don't want.
Yes, that's the real thing that's having me hold back in regards to, like, allow myself to fully let go with her. Not because, like, because in case it doesn't work out. It's more about in the way that if it doesn't work, it's more about if it doesn't work out, in the way it doesn't work out.
Okay,
that's the thing that I have a lot of resistance around.
If say it look,
and
just saying about
just this other bit, just this last bit, and then just the having fully, like, just had enough of the following my process in a single way. Like, just being like being clear about, alright, have I had enough? And not have I had enough of different girls per se, because I get that will may come up from time to time, whether even if I'm in a relationship. Like, I'll see girls and be like, cool, like, I get that, that's fine. It's just more about the being fully satisfied in my choice, whatever I'm choosing. And it doesn't have to be necessarily so black and white, but whatever the choice is.
No.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're going to be satisfied with your choice regardless. Because you just got to make a choice all the time. So you made a choice to be with her as many times as you've been with her. Spending the night there and do all that stuff, and then going to hers, her coming to yours, and every moment you're choosing. And you're satisfied with that choice. So you're not actually doing anything wrong, and there's nothing that like, even if you did go full out and you didn't go full out, the outcome's going to be whatever the outcome's going to be. And do you think that one or the other is going to make you feel more, one seems more painful than the other, but do you think that they're both going to be, like, unmatched? I don't think so, man.
What do you mean unmatched?
I think if you don't go all out and you just, just gonna just play this one cool, I'm not gonna make any rash decisions, or if you went full out, it's gonna be the same result in the end, regardless. Even if it doesn't go well, as what you may pull it is, if it doesn't go well, if it doesn't go well now, like this very moment, or even if you went full out, it's gonna be the same. You're gonna be just as, you're gonna be the way you're gonna be, regardless. So you don't have to base it on the if I go full out though type thing. You don't even have to base it on that. It's I'm gonna choose to be full out or not, and it's okay if I'm not. versus what if I go full out and then it gets peak? Like, if it gets peak anyway and you didn't go full out, you might feel bad because you didn't go full out. I know it sounds a bit mad, but it's true though. Like, think about it, man.
It's just that thing around me just not trusting.
Yeah. But you have to trust yourself, blood.
Yeah, and
this
I get that.
This is about you. This is about you here now.
I know it's not about trusting. Yeah, I get.
This has nothing to do with her now. This is definitely all you. Everything here is you.
It's a control problem.
It's a control thing.
Oh, hush up, Silvia.
And no, but it's true though. It's true. And we all have but we all have it, man.
That was a joke.
I have it. I have it in the art world. Sylvia has it in a profession, a career.
I completely relate to your situation.
Yeah,
just in another
realm. Yeah, and the same. Like my version, she has her version. You have your version. This is your version. But just remember, it's yours.
I remember I said after Amber, one of the biggest things that came out of that breakup was the control thing. Realizing about how I just don't have control, which is very refreshing. But right now that's coming up as quite challenging to be with. Yeah.
You get to create, man.
I do, yeah, and yes.
In fact, you're creating it now.
Yeah.
This is your creation, man. And you can flip this around easily. Like I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it could be easily done.
Yeah.
And
I think you're putting too much tension too early.
What do you mean by that?
It's like you are going to do a paint and you're trying to think which is the perfect color to go there, but the perfect color depends on the rest of the colors you're going to use. It depends on the situation, so depending on the situation you choose one or another. It's like when you're dancing, you dance and you're good at that. Then if people ask you how are you going to dance this song, it's not about so much about the preparation. It's about letting yourself go and feel it, feel the rhythm, feel the beat, and then you just instantly choose what you're gonna go with. Let your body speak.
Exactly. It's that thing I was telling you, Ash, about the you're spending time with her and you're enjoying it, and then you're making choices to stay with her until the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and it's not like we're gonna spend the week together, all right, cool. Like you guys didn't have it that it's gonna be a week, and it was a week, and it's like, and there's nothing wrong with it being a week. Did you enjoy yourself? Yeah, you enjoyed yourself. So you've been creating that as you've been going along, and there was no like, oh, what's the next song, DJ? I want to be prepared for the dance. Like you just, you know what I mean? Like you flipped the track and you did your thing. It's like doing the popping or whatever. I don't know. But that's literally what's going on now.
Yeah, because you can completely prepare a dance, but if you are off rhythm,
yeah, it's like, oh shit.
Maybe just do whatever, but on rhythm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to the flow and it's going fine.
It is, yeah.
And the conversation is just like kind of
about future
all this
stuff,
is
really.
It's future.
That's what my mind is going.
It's literally. But that's what your mind's about. Your mind's about past and future. And of course you could be in present, like, and your mind could be about that. But that's when you're in the now. But yeah, what I mean is just like the whole talking about the concept of the future, which is definitely not here. So none of this is there. All that's there is what you did, and that you can say what your thoughts are on that. It's cool. Like, and you can change that as well. Oh, that was a sick night. Then you can say, actually, it weren't all that. But at the end of the day, you're choosing what you think that night was, and you get to create that.
Yeah.
In every single moment, man. So next time you see it, it's gonna be the same. Your conversations are coming up now, like, oh, but I want to be certain. You're gonna know when you're certain, because in that moment you're just gonna choose, just like you choose to stay one more night with her. You're gonna choose in the same way. Do you know what, Rex? Don't want to be single no more. I'm gonna tell her right now. Right, go.
Okay, I hear that. I suppose what's one of the things is like, yeah, I suppose it's just because it's just a different way of operating that I'm not used to, in the sense of, usually it's been like, well, I'm either like single, so I have the options to spend time with one person or more than one person, or I'm creating a relationship, so I'm talking about, and I'm just spending time with you romantically, versus right now there's no like, yeah, we're in a relationship, so there's me being single and spending time with her, but there's also that part of me that isn't necessarily like, yeah, I want to be spending time with loads of other girls either as well. There's not necessarily that there, it's just that there is that option there as well, and it's just I'm not used to that kind of context, because to me it's been usually kind of black and white, in the sense of, no, if I'm either this and I'm operating this way, or no, it's this and I'm operating that way. And as it stands right now, it's more, it's none of those things.
No, it's a grey area.
Just accept you're on at an undefined point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, this is the trickiest point, actually.
Yeah.
Remember, Silvia, remember our one? Shizzle. Damn, yeah, that part is just like, it's not a link, but it's not your girl.
Yeah.
What is it?
Exactly. Yeah, like, exactly.
Yeah, but that is the most tricky point, because it's when things are settling.
And the thing is,
it's like when you sing and the guy is just saying no word, but it's just with just vowels, just sounds, and you're vibrating with that because he's transmitting so much, but it's saying nothing. Is that, is that the subtle?
I've done that bare times. I'm not gonna lie.
It's subtle, but it's very important.
Because I feel like we both are aware of where, if we keep spending time with each other, where this is leading. Like, I think, like, I get that. I can say that's my interpretation, but in terms of how we feel with each other and kind of what we've been sharing with each other, we understand. We got an idea of. And when I say where it's flowing, as in, it will just keep flowing how it is, but it will just expand. And the conversation of, however it comes up, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, will just be a reflection of us flowing still. But like, I feel like we're clear that that's kind of what we got that. We kind of, I think we're both feeling that's where it's going to kind of lead to. It's just about when is it going to lead to that, versus it being like, this is a girl that I'm just hanging out with, and it's just going to kind of just stay like that. It's like, this is going to be a girl who I keep hanging out with, but like in a different kind of way.
Do you know what? This is literally your creation, man.
When did you
so
meet her?
real.
Sorry.
2 months ago, right?
2?
When I meet, about 2. Yeah, I think it's maybe or a month.
More. I think it's more, right?
I think it was March.
Definitely not more than 2 months.
No, was it April?
Okay.
Yeah, April. We met in April at some point.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, it's definitely April.
Yeah,
because March is when he did the thing.
It was literally, you know what's hilarious? It was literally like about 2.
It was 2 weeks before. I remember that. I remember because he was gassed, and then all of a sudden I saw the footage, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, it was April time. Yeah. So
So I think your job now is to catch your mind when it's there trying to control you. The other day in astrology, we were talking about the self limits and the uncertainty, and about changing. And they were saying there's different steps, but the most tricky one, because it's like, one, you decide that this is not your option anymore, so okay, you decide to change. Then after that, you decide how you're going to change. Then you think if that decision matches your feelings, your emotions. And then it's when you're about to get there that you just fight your way, you've been there. It's like you start shitting yourself, saying like, but do I really want this? Do I deserve this? Oh, this is too little to me, or this is not what I really want. Because your mind starts making excuses, and usually at what you're best, which is your comfort zone, is where you are best at finding excuses.
Yes,
you're
because
very
you know
good
it.
at speaking. You're very witted, you're quick, and your mind is very quick also at making excuses. Why is this not going to work? Why you don't want it anymore? What's on the other side? What's
And guess why? Because there's one called uncertainty and one called, got evidence. That's what happened there last time.
Yeah, the mind is just looking for evidence.
That's
But
literally it.
I'm sure you also know that kind of person who is always very active, and then when he really finds what they want to do, it's like, no, but I'm very busy. No, but this is too calm. No, but I need more action. Or they find themselves other things to do but that.
It's funny. I feel like I'm in a proper transition phase with a mixture of things as well. Honestly, you know, and what I said to you, Junior, about the minimal thing. Like I feel like there's and even with the whole ayahuasca. When I spoke to the guide, because we'll voice note and stuff, and I was sharing with her about like how last week that in terms of doing it again, I said I've got some stuff that's come up, and I said in terms of doing it again, I feel like I'm clear that that's something I'm definitely open to doing again. What's just coming up for me right now is about the timing of it, and I'm not like how I'm feeling. I'm not sure at the timing of it, as it's so to speak. And, you know, when she responded, she was just like, the way she says it as well, she's like, no, just go in and feel, just feel. That's all you have to. There's nothing you have to do. Just feel. And if you're meant to do it, you will be here. And if you're not, then you won't be. And it's fine.
That's literally it. You create this.
And
your creation.
And you know, one of the things that came up for me was she's really open to doing it, and she was considering maybe joining, but in terms of the funds to pay for it right now, she's like, she doesn't necessarily have that right now to do that. So I remember, I said to her, well, I might be able to like lend you something for a period of time. She said, but one of her things, she was considered it and whatnot, but what she came to was like she wants to be able to, I suppose, do it herself basically. You know, when she's ready to do that. She's open to doing landmark as well, actually.
Damn.
Yeah, I think just from what I shared. But so what's kind of come up for me around, well, so this is my conversation about the timing of doing ayahuasca, because that'd be next weekend basically.
What?
Yeah, like it's just the timing of it, and then also there's a part of me that's like, it'd be nice to experience it with her. And that, again, that's me thinking future based in terms of when the next one would be us doing it. Blah 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 blah. It's just my mind. I'm just like where I'm at.
Trust me, your mind's on the thing right now, bro.
Yeah, I know. Because the other thing was, my mind was like, do you know what, Ash? June is coming up. Not only is it your birthday month, why don't you just for the whole of June month just go, when I say go out, like, okay, ayahuasca's coming up, brap, do that. There'll be another TG event, bang, go to that. Keep following your process for the month. Then you got Ayanapa at the beginning of July.
Now you're gassing up the ego. Ego's like, yeah, jeez,
go
yeah.
Go do that. Go do that. And then when you come back, then check in with, alright, is it you want to choose to be in something more or not? And then take it from there. Like, that was like a plan, like a conversation in my head of, okay, yeah, I could create that. And as you said, it's like it's something I can create.
Just remember, she can also create her plan, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Oh shit, yeah.
Just remember, she can also create her plan.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah. So, yeah, like, I don't know. And the only thing is, in terms of Napa, right? I remember obviously I can go, again, it's about what I want to create, I suppose.
Where did you get there, man? Raggo. Don't even think about Napa now.
But my mind is, yeah.
My mind, yeah.
Yeah, your mind is on a thing.
But you need to be the boss of your mind.
Yeah, I see. This is the thing here.
It's what?
You think you're your mind, isn't it? All these thoughts that come up, you think that you're these thoughts, right? Mm. You're not these thoughts, cuz. I'm gonna have to say that again, Ash.
I'm not these thoughts.
You're not those thoughts, man.
I get him. You're going through a very moving process now.
I am. There's some transitioning happening. I can feel it. I don't know how to articulate. I mean, I'm saying all this stuff, but I don't really actually know how to articulate it as well. I can just feel it.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, tomorrow you have your moon in Aquarius. Tomorrow is full moon in Aquarius, and it's closing a process that started around December. And it's about like you are reevaluating your thoughts, your beliefs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. So plus
there's
what's that?
There's your birthday coming.
Yeah.
And usually 1 month before, you feel it's like a karma thing because it's something that happens every year.
Okay.
And I don't know if that happens to you, but I usually feel weird, and it's like New Year's Eve, so to say. You're just balancing out the whole year long, and if you're going the way you want to go, and all these things in which is quite a lot to be in your head. And I think it's like to do with inner things, and you're combining it with a relationship, which is a bit in and out. And Uranus is also moving, so for you I think it has to do, there's going to be a change. I'm not really sure where you have it, but either how your values, how you create money, or it has to do with your how to say it, with kind of your short relationships, short travels, everyday short distance things.
Oh, the things that are close to home, the regular things.
Yeah.
Like going to work. Like
well, short relationships just matches, I think.
Was that last bit?
Short relationships, like close. I said short, but I meant close. I
close.
Think short relationships matches.
Short or closed?
Closed.
Close. People that are close to him.
See.
So that's what it's going to be about now. More people that are close to him.
There's going to be a change.
It's going to be a change.
Like a radical change. One day you're going to wake up and feel things very different.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely that what you're saying definitely just this whole reevaluating thing.
Yeah, it's times when it's more strong. Or feels strong anyway. It's not strong, it just feels.
And I guess you're also dipping low a lot in emotions, and in emotions about pain, getting hard.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, there is that
Jupiter
bit.
is in the Scorpios, and you have
Scorpio
it
and
on 8, which is deeper relationships, and like sexually, romantically. After the first months of meeting, it gets deeper.
mm,
And I think that's partly what's happened. That's what maybe this is part of the reevaluation, because like I'm experiencing that with her, and there's that mind conversation that I have of like, oh well, if you did anything else, like let's say you went on a date, or let's say you slept with someone else, or something like that, basically, is that me almost like dishonoring or disrespecting the deepness that's started to develop? There's that kind of and I know that's something I've had back in the day before, but it's not, the way I used to have it back in the day was, I would say, is different to how I have it now. It's just, there's that part of me that's like, oh wait, like it can still be deep there, but oh wait, you could still do that, but then just because you can still do that, does that mean you still do that? Or does it mean, or would that, like, and again, it's like, as you said, it's like, what it's the story, and what am I creating? I suppose it's about like what's aligned with me. That conversation, like, is if I was to sleep with any other girls right now, if I just say to the extreme of that, right? If I was to experience any intimacy with any other girls, physical intimacy, the conversation that comes up for me is like, would I want to do that to her? I don't know why. Do I have a conversation of doing that to her? Does that make sense? Because I get how she's feeling. I mean, I feel like we're feeling the same about each other, but I get how she's feeling, and there's that there for me that's like, oh, so would I want to do that to her?
But are you preparing yourself for if this actually happens, or because it sounds like I don't want that right now, but what if I do want it at some point?
It's yeah, there is the preparing about it, but not as in what if I do want it at some point? Because the wanting it at some, like, I think
I think it's control again.
I feel like there's a choice thing. It's just a choice. Like, if I'm to choose someone to be with again, right? There will be from time to time the conversation. When I say conversation, not of like, oh, let me go and cheat, not that, but as in, I'll see other girls, I'll find them attractive, I'll be like, yeah, I would sleep with her. There'll be that, I get that, but there'll be such a clear choice. There'll be that, but there's such a clear choice of, that's just all it is, because this is who I'm choosing and this is who I'm with, and there'll be no questions about that. And that's what's coming up. I'm questioning, do I want to make that kind of choice? Basically, just in like, have I done enough of just being single? Like, I could say, all right, I could create, when I was saying about that plan, this month do this, do that, and then by the time I've done, like, I could create that, and I could still not sleep with anyone, and not go on any dates, and that'd be fine. It's just the fact of the playing, in terms of in being single.
What does single mean to you, man?
Is that making sense? What does single mean to me?
Yeah, because
single means to me just in terms of romantically, single means to me meeting girls and spending time with girls who I like who
which is what you're doing, but then but you're saying from plural perspective then, yeah?
Yeah.
So the only thing that's really different between a relationship with this girl, for example, and being single is just the plural.
Yeah, in my current in a relationship, it's just that I'm choosing more.
Yeah, no, because some people might be single, but they just can't get anyone
Silvia
else.
laughed.
Yeah,
because it's so funny that he's saying that after what we went through.
I know.
Can you remember he couldn't say the word relationship?
I know. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
Yeah,
see, but this is what I'm trying to say as well, is that I was trying to work shit out, man. Look what happened to me, boy. I was on a madness, like just trying to make reasons up for why I shouldn't do something or why I should. Like, that is not the one.
But where does the creating story come in then? Creating. Where am I?
The creative the creative. Oh, sorry.
Where am I collapsing? Because obviously I'm collapsing something.
This.
Do you have to go by? I just realised the time because you said about you had to go at 10:30.
No, it's cool. Wait, what's the time? It's 11:30. Yeah, it's cool, man.
11:30. So yeah.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
What was I going to say, man?
One thing is creating. The other thing is limiting by naming it. It's like tagging.
What's funny, she's got the same kind of conversation about labels as well,
Yeah.
She's got the same. Yeah, she's got it as well. But at the same time, I get that she would use the label boyfriend girlfriend relationship. But I think she doesn't like she's a very free spirit. So the idea
that matches what you want.
That matches you.
So the idea of using like labels that would occur for her like is limiting. I think it's resistant for her, but at the same time, it's funny because she'll say like, she likes what's happening with us and she hopes more happens, like it goes more basically. So she shared today. She was sharing like one of her mind conversations because she was sharing with me the other day, and something more came up today. Like she was saying that one of the things that about the whole is she enough? The questioning is she enough has come up.
Really?
Basically, yeah, I was surprised. When I say surprised, not surprised, but I didn't feel like here we go again, like I have done before. I think she was saying like you've got a lot going for you, and I think in her occurring at the moment, maybe she doesn't feel like she's got a lot going for her in terms of like she's not sure exactly what she wants to do at the moment, career wise, all that sort of stuff, blah 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 blah. And I was just like, I said to her that kind of stuff, those kind of things they don't really matter to me in that sense. It's more about like what your internal qualities are. Those are just the external things, which it's to me they're just external things. And I said these things that you're saying about me, I said some of these things are just external things as well, and then there's just the internal. So I don't know. I think her conversation that's come up, one of her things that's come up is like, am I going to get bored of her? Or when am I going to get bored of her? Basically.
Okay, so...
There's no way to know.
There's no way to know, and that's her version of your thing here. It's like her thing is like, oh man, like what if, like she's probably saying this to a girl now, like, oh, if he gets bored of me, man, like... This, that.
Yeah, because I feel like a girl yesterday when I met her, when she said, "Oh, what have you got going on? What's happening?" Blah blah, and then she started to ask me like questions, and I think one of the things that she was saying, because when I was saying about like, she's just got such a beautiful soul and blah 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 blah, and she was like, yeah, she has, and she was like, she's just, she said something about love, about like, I feel like she said that anyway. Just a bit about how much she gives, but then she also said about how loyal she is as well, which is quite very interesting. Because it made me think, I wonder why she was saying that. And I remember a few weeks ago when I was out with her at night within a coaching session, and I think a guy started chatting her up or whatever at one point. And then I think she looked at me, or she pointed to me or whatever, and then he looked at me or whatnot, and he came over to me and she was like, he was like, your girl's very loyal, even though he didn't know she was not my girlfriend. Yeah, it's funny how that's come out. Sorry guys.
It's funny, man, because you're just in a script here, man. I'm picturing all this, like
I'm doing.
I picture the guy coming up to you, like, oh, yeah, she's low.
I feel like I'm just in my very feminine part right now, because I'm just venting, I'm sharing, and it's like there's no purpose to what I'm saying.
You're a Gemini.
At this moment in time. Sorry, I can't say. Were you going to say something? Someone's going to say something earlier.
Yeah. I think there's a point of